So UFC Mexico, UFC Fight Night Erceg versus Moreno in Mexico, I should say. It's going down this weekend, so let's get into the first fight. First fight of the night, we have Austin Hubbard versus Mikel Medeiros, 7-fight winning streak, making his sophomore appearance. Had a very good performance on Dana White Contender Series where he beat Issa Iskarov. Then he fought Landon Quinones in a fight he arguably could have lost, in my opinion, but he's a very good boxer from memory. So a very fun fighter. And Austin Hubbard, back in the UFC. Uh, back in the UFC after losing, got on the Ultimate Fighter, ended up losing to Kurt Holloway. And then after he lost to Holloway, he had a fight against Alexander Hernandez, a very close one that arguably could have gone to him, but I thought he lost. So yeah, he's on a one-fight losing streak. He also beat Michelle Figlak as well. I forgot about that. And then he beat Roosevelt Roberts in one of the worst fights I've ever seen in my life. But I'm going to go with Mikel Medeiros here. I think he'll get this one done. Putting a beat down on Austin Hubbard. He's got pretty decent takedown defense. I think this will stay standing and he'll put on the hands to Austin Hubbard. Then we have Jamal Emmers versus Gabriel Miranda. I didn't even know this fight was going down. This is a pretty sick fight. Miranda, one-dimensional, just a big grappler, but when he gets you down, he's a very good grappler. Beat Shane Young, dominated Shane Young, but then Morgan Charrier just killed him with a left hook. Also got beat up by Benoit Saint Denis. Got chinned by Wagner Rocha, who's like an old UFC veteran who fought like Donald Cerrone back in the day. I think that's actually Donald Cerrone in that photo, I think. Yeah. Lost to Donald Cerrone, lost to Jake Matthews. So yeah, not really much of a KO artist either. But anyway, regardless, I think I'm going to go with Jamal Emmers. He has very good takedown defense. It's always been a good part of his game. He is coming off a KO loss to Nate the Train, which is not a bad loss, but like a bit of a crazy loss, all things considered, that he got like chinned by Nate the Train. Nate the Train doesn't normally chin people. If he does, it's not normally a first round KO like that. But Jamal Emmers is very good. Destroyed Dennis Bazooka. Went to a very close decision to Jack Jenkins that could have gone his way. Beat Kasun Askarbov as well in a very impressive performance. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with Jamal Emmers. I think Jamal Emmers, good takedown defense. I think he'll be able to win this. Then we have Rafa Garcia versus Vince Pichel. Very weird matchup. I've got to go with Rafa Garcia. He's very good. Yeah, he lost his last fight to what's his name? Grant Dawson. But he's still a very good fighter. Had a very good fight with Drakkar Klose, beat Mahashate, beat Clay Guida, beat Jesse Ronson, beat Natan Levy. He's very like underrated in my opinion. I think he'll beat Vince Pichel. I think he'll just put a bit of a beating. He's much younger, 12 years younger. Very good fighter. I think he'll be able to put a bit of a beating on Vince Pichel. Then we have Julia Poliastria versus Lupita Godinez. I don't actually remember who this woman is. She lost to Josephine Knudsen, lost to Jasmine Judavicius. I will go with Lupita Godinez, just because. Why not? She should win. It's in Mexico too. She'll be more acclimated to the high altitude. Oh my god, this is a confusing one to predict because Costa isn't undefeated. So Costa might just win this fight. But surely Christian Rodriguez is going to win this one. Like, come on, man. Like, no way you lose this one. After absolutely destroying C-Rod. He is C-Rod. After absolutely destroying Austin Bashi, beating Raul Rosas Jr., beating Cameron Simon, beating Isaac Dolgarian, you're going to lose to fucking Mike Quazella Costa, who is actually decent. I mean, he did sub Andre Philly, but it's like Philly wanted to get subbed in that fight. So I'm going to go Christian Rodriguez. I don't like picking Christian Rodriguez when he's not fighting undefeated guys. I don't like picking him anytime, but I think he actually generally should win this fight. You'd at least hope. Then we have Atabeta. Oh my god. Atiba Gaeta out of Cameroon, I believe. Yeah, from Cameroon. I think that's Cameroon. Let's just make sure. Yeah, Cameroon. 6-1. The silent assassin, very good boxer, very heavy-handed. He's a bit of a knockout, like first round guy. But he did. I think the fight on the contender series went a bit longer, right? Second round, that's pretty good. But then he's all first round KOs. Then a split decision lost in Budo fighting to Glenn Williams. Look at this guy as well, Glenn Williams. This is the one man to beat him. Crazy, right? Crazy. He's 40 years old. He's a pretty old dude. But anyway, I don't really like I don't really like the odds. Even though I think Jose Medina is the worst fighter in UFC history, this guy's not even close to UFC level. I got hate from when this guy fought on Dana White Contender Series. It's one of my most viewed videos, and it's just saying that Jose Medina is a literal human fucking punching bag, which he is. Got absolutely demolished by Zach Reese. He got absolutely fucked up in that fight. Like, he got brutalized in that fight. But that being said, he showed he was a tough bastard, which you like to see for a fighter. You'd like to see these tough. But I don't know. He's got a really good chin. Never been chinned before. He's been subbed, but you know, Gionta doesn't seem like a guy who's going to go out there and choke people out. He's got all knockouts, no submissions. Maybe this is the time he mixes it up. Like, he could just take Jose Medina down and beat the fuck out of him on the ground. I do trust that he's going to win, but like a first round like guy against a guy with an insane chin like Jose Medina is interesting. But Jose Medina's got zero striking defense. He's not the best on the fucking offense either. He's older. He is morbidly obese. Like, no, he's actually in good shape at middleweight, to be fair. But I just think he's going to get pieced up. And maybe, who knows, maybe this is going to be a decision win for him. But he did get a decision, so he's shown that he can go a decision. So I think he's going to beat Jose Medina here. But if he just goes and blows his load and then he gasses, who knows? Maybe we see Jose Medina get the fucking craziest upset ever. Then we have Edgar Chairez versus CJ Vergara. I'm going Edgar Chairez. I actually really rate this guy. Big guy for the weight class. This guy's massive for a flyweight. This guy does not look like a guy you would expect to fight at flyweight. He's built like a featherweight. But yeah, he's actually pretty good. Had a very competitive fight with Joshua Van where he almost won. Had him hurt badly. Been out for a bit. Beat Daniel Lacerda twice, in my opinion. The first time he should have won that fight anyway. He had him in the sub, but they stopped it too early. I'm going to go Edgar Chairez. Then we have Ronaldo Rodriguez versus Kevin Borges. Oh, this is a tough one. Generally a tough one to predict here. Oh, man, who do I go with? I really don't rate Ronaldo Rodriguez at all. I really don't think this guy's good. Like, I'm being serious. I really don't think Ronaldo Rodriguez is good. He almost got chinned as well. That's worth mentioning. But Kevin Borges, like, he isn't that bad. I really don't think he's that bad. Like, he had a very competitive fight with Joshua Van, and we will see how good Joshua Van is. Like, against Joshua Van, from memory, it was like a 29-28 where he won the first round. Like, yeah, he actually gave him a pretty good scrap. So I'm actually, you know what? I actually rate that better than. Let's look at Ronaldo Rodriguez's thing. Beat Odie Osborne in a fight he should have lost. I'm pretty sure he should have. I'm pretty sure that was a robbery. If I remember that fight, like, he actually got really lucky to get that decision. He got dropped in that fight, almost KO'd, almost choked out. Showed he was a tough bastard. Like, there's no denying that. I don't know. Most people's. Okay, so. Most of the fan scoring had Osborne winning, but most of the media scores had it for Rodriguez. Interesting. I'm gonna, you know what? Fuck, it, I'm going Kevin Borges. I think he can. I honestly think he can win this fight. I'm not jumping on the Ronaldo fucking Rodriguez train. Yeah, maybe he will. Maybe he'll win, but I really don't rate him. And I think Kevin Borges has actually shown he's pretty competent. Both the guys he beat are way. The guys he lost to are like considerably better. This is like a massive step down in competition for him as well. And he's got a lot of KOs. He's got some good submissions. He's pretty well rounded. Uh, he's beat some all right guys. He's got a big amateur career. Like, you know what? I'm going Kevin Borges. Fuck it. 2 fight losing streak. He's going to turn it around here. Maybe Ronaldo Rodriguez wins this. Oh, it is altitude though. That is worth factoring. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm going Kevin Borges. He's Peruvian. They're both tough. They're tough. They're a tough people. They've got good chins. Pretty sure Peru's at a pretty high altitude as well. They got mountains and shit there. So yeah, I'm going Kevin Borges. Then we have David Martinez versus Simon Oliveira. Simon Oliveira hasn't fought since like I think 284 or something. No, maybe even later than that. 283. Okay, hasn't fought since Teixeira versus Hill. I remember this card. Jack Della Maddalena versus Ramazan Ameev. Then Jake Matthews had that crazy performance against Andre Philly. Not Andre Philly. Sorry, Fialho. Sorry, fucking hell. But yeah, I'm going David Martinez. He's very good. Very good striking. I really like his style. Good karate. We haven't got to see him since October, so he's been out for a little bit. You know, recovering himself, making some improvements. I really like him here. I'm going to go David Martinez to get this one done. Great karate style, and I don't think Simon Oliveira is that good. 2 fight losing streak. Got chinned by Daniel Marcos. Marcos is good, to be fair. But yeah, I'm trusting in David Martinez. Plus, he's been out for so long, and he's not like a young dude. So yeah, I'm going David Martinez. Then we have Raul Rosas Jr. versus Vince Morales. I'm gonna be going with Raul Rosas Jr. I think he'll win this fight. Vince Morales is like a gritty veteran type guy, but I think Raul Rosas will just sort of manhandle him a little bit. Now, he is very good. Like, he is very underrated. But I'm just going to go with Raul Rosas Jr. here. Maybe Morales catches a sub or something, but fucking Raul Rosas Jr. is just unfucking subbable. I swear to God. And he's getting a lot better. Both of these guys aren't really that great on the feet either. So on a grappling match, I think Raul Rosas is probably considerably stronger. He's 14 years younger. I like that here. Then we have Kelvin Gastelum versus Joe Pyfer. This is an interesting fight, man. Interesting fight. Now, a lot of people, I think, are going to go with this fight with knockout for Joe Pyfer. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think he's going to knock him out. Now, I think Joe Pyfer's a way too high of a favorite here. He should not be a 550 heavy favorite. That is crazy to me. But hear me out. I think he's going to win. But I think he's going to sub Kelvin Gastelum. This guy's a legitimate grappler. Joe Pyfer is a very, very good grappler. So I think Joe Pyfer will be able to get Kelvin Gastelum to the ground. Like we've seen, his takedown defense isn't that great. And Joe Pyfer trains with Sean Brady, for fuck's sake. He trains with Brady. And we've seen what Brady did to Kelvin Gastelum. Obviously, he is going to be training with Sean Brady. They both are a week apart from their fights. He would have been getting a lot of sessions with Sean Brady. Similar build, just a bit more like of a brick shithouse. But still very similar build, same height, similar reach. Kelvin Gastelum, obviously a better boxer, but I think Joe Pyfer is going to go in there. I think he's going to slam Kelvin Gastelum and maybe get him with like a Kimura maybe. I just think Kelvin Gastelum's very subbable, and I think Joe Pyfer will get the sub here. Plus, it's at middleweight. Kelvin Gastelum, he does his best work in middleweight, but he's going to be out of shape. And Joe Pyfer is fucking massive. I don't think he'll knock him out, though. Kelvin Gastelum's got an amazing chin. Maybe he gets cracked this fight, who knows, but I'm going to trust Joe Pyfer to get a sub here. Then we have Manel Torres versus Drew Dober. Come on. Manel Torres isn't dark enough. You're going to have to go with Manel Torres. No, honestly, part of me wants to just pick Manel Torres because he's not black. And obviously, Drew Dober only beats... Like, his recent wins are against Ricky Glenn, who is white. But then it's like fucking Bobby Green, Rafael Alves, Terrence McKinney, called out Jalen Turner. We're not going to get that fight now, which is pretty sad. But maybe that's the one who brings him out of retirement. But yeah, I think Drew Dober will win this fight. Manel Torres, very hittable, got knocked out cold by Ignacio Bahamondes. Chris Duncan badly hurt him in that fight too. I think people forget that's one of the main people forget, man. It's one of the main reasons why I picked Ignacio Bahamondes because I've seen Chris Duncan really hurt him. Now Duncan is really good, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Drew Dober. I think Drew Dober will win this fight by knockout. I think he's gonna catch Manel Torres on the chin. I think he's gonna put him out. I think his chin might be cracked now. Very hittable. Big reach disadvantage. Oh, not even. For only 3 inches. So yeah, I'm going to go Drew Dober. I think Drew Dober would be able to catch him. Now, we got the main event. We got Brandon Moreno versus Steve Erceg. 29 years of age versus 31 years of age. Brandon Moreno coming off that win over... oh my god. How am I not remembering his... Oh my god, how am I not remembering his name right now? The Iraqi dude. Kurdish, he's Kurdish. Amir Albazi came off a great performance. He looked really good, especially because like against Royval, he looked pretty bad in that fight. He was just flinging overhands. And then Pantoja, he got dropped, lost that fight, went back-to-back losses. Now he's beat Amir Albazi with ease. It was a very easy performance. Most people picking him in that fight. I'd imagine most people are picking him here against Steve Erceg. Erceg, on the other hand, coming off that fight against Kai Kara France, where he did lose. But he was doing good before he got caught, but he was obviously very hittable. But this is a completely different stylistic matchup. Here's the thing. Kai Kara France's power in his hand. He's a very powerful guy. Very short, stocky. Going to be easy to hit a long guy like Steve Erceg, who leaves his head up on the center line. Doesn't really move his head at all. Doesn't have the best head movement. That's a great matchup for a guy like Kai Kara France. Plus, really good takedown defense. Moreno, on the other hand, takedown defense is good. Good scrambles, but he can't be taken down. He's got an amazing chin, so he's not a guy you go out there and absolutely chin, but you could rock him. You could definitely latch up a sub on him. And he's always in gritty fights. He's a dog. This is at high altitude in Mexico. So you could factor that in, but Erceg's been in there for about a month, I think. He's definitely acclimatized. At least you'd hope. But yeah, he's prepared. He was already in camp, so this isn't like a super short notice fight. He was already preparing for Azur Almabayev. He was in camp for that guy. Plus, I like that he actually gets an extra month or two off to go in there and rejuvenate his chin a little extra. I like that. And I'm actually going to pick Steve Erceg. I think this is a good matchup for him. He showed good scrambles, good takedown defense against Pantoja. Obviously, Moreno's not like a heavy wrestler, but I feel like this fight will stay on the feet. Moreno's definitely a good boxer, but I rate Erceg a lot here. I think he'll be able to mix in some grappling a lot easier against a Moreno. I don't think he's as physically strong as a Kai Kara France, as a Pantoja. I think they will scrap it out on the feet. And I think Steve Erceg's going to win a decision here. I think it's going to be competitive. It's going to be a tough fight. But I don't know. I think Erceg's going to start to pull ahead. I think he's going to land some really nasty counters on Moreno. I think he will drop him at some point. I don't think he will knock him out. Moreno is very durable, obviously. But I do think it's going to be Steve Erceg getting his hand raised here. So yeah, best of luck to Erceg. I really hope he wins. This isn't biased. I really think this is a good stylistic matchup for him. Hopefully, his chin's all good. Obviously, the first time being put out by Kai Kara France. So it'll be interesting to see how his chin goes into this. But I really do think he can win this. I don't think Moreno's got the power threat that a Kai Kara France does. Very good bet. He's definitely a very good boxer. But I think Erceg can really win this fight, man. I really like this. So I'm going Steve Erceg to beat Brandon Moreno. So these are my picks for UFC Fight Night, Moreno versus Erceg. But let me know who you guys are picking in the comment section. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And last week I was like top 2 of all the predictions, and I thought I did awful. That's me. I'm thinking I did awful, and I'm actually really good. So let's see how I do this week. Because I have a pretty good consistency. This card could be a bit tricky, but I'm hoping. But anyway, yeah, these are my picks. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.